break for the frequency there. Now that I've blathered on for a while.
Well, I enjoy it. I missed you very much.
Well, I'm good for it. I'm good for emitting some RF into the air.
We all missed you. I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you're catching your breath.
Thank you for that. All right, I'll be back in about 5 or maybe just a few minutes here. I'm gonna go see what the heck's going on for dinner here, and what Ava learned in her ninja class. Mr. Scotty's in there. There's a bunch of other people in there that are SWLing. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. KC2GMB.
Boys, we have about 6 minutes, and we'll each take a 45-second transmission. Hey, Scotty.
Orange County, KF6YIJ, James here. If it's my Scott, I think he's inbound back to his QTH, which should be imminent.
Eminent domain.
W6JCZ. I'm going to QSY down at the CW, see what's going on.
Is that Jim?
Roger, Dodger.
Yeah, hey Jim, I hear you the loudest I've ever heard you so far. I recall the other day you were like S7, now you're plus 10, so good job.
Yeah, I'm still putting out 650 watts.
Wow, it's, propagation and time of day, you know?
Yeah, that must be it. W6JCZ. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
I'd enjoy. I heard somebody else. Was Craig in here?
George.
George?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Is that you earlier?
No, I just got here.
What's up, Brandy?
What's up, brother?
Hey, not too much. I was just wanted to, I just got back from work a little while ago and thought I would check in to see if John got his radio.
Yeah, I did. I started messing with it. It's very hot right now, so it is off to cool down.
What radio did you pick up the notion on how you're supposed to charge that thing?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, it takes like 4 cycles. I don't think it actually works that way, but nonetheless. Yeah, did you get the Russian software?
Yep.
Sounds cool. I got 17.1 version, which is pretty interesting. I didn't find, by the way, just last thing I'll say, I don't want to take up the frequency here, but the latest update on the Zygu software did not work with the CAT control, so I rolled back to a previous version and it works okay.
Yeah, they took it out in favor of having a WF view, so more to come on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, but it's interesting, and I can't wait to see what you can do experimenting with it. I think it's got a lot of potential, but it's got some quirky things to it right now, but it is rescuable.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm putting it through some paces, so I'm really not sure I'm going to be keeping it right now, but yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I understand. I have mixed feelings too, and worst comes to worst, I'll sell it. But it's got some things I like and some things I don't. But be curious. I'm going to predict you're not going to go for it, but that's okay. Yeah, everyone's got their own stuff. Anyway, just wanted to check in. KJ6LA.
All right, nice hearing you. KN6TYF.
Yeah, but I bet you can pull it.
So, John, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, what's up?
But I'm afraid the phone's going to ring. Good question, the phone might ring.
Well, maybe that's a good thing.
My phone, yeah, it's busy. If God was so busy, it's stupid, but... Stray dog on frequency?
Is what?
A stray dog frequency.
Yeah, I suspect so.
Right.
Well, anyway, so what's the difference? Like, okay, let's say I use my 5G as a modem, wireless modem. And I use the output. It has two RJ45s. I use an RJ45 out to, I guess you'd call it a switcher. Multiple RJ45s.
Yeah, that's just a switch, yeah.
Now, why can't I turn my Netgear, my wireless router into just a switcher?
Yeah, your wireless router you can. In fact, that's the way it's working now.
No, I'm not using I am not using the wireless on the modem. The modem is just bringing in the signal, but not wireless. I mean, just wireless to the to my provider. But I was thinking of using the wireless function on my modem because my ring. I got 4 new rings from my son. He sent me 4 that he's never used before, and they still don't connect to my stupid Netgear. So I'm thinking of using my 5G as both a modem and the wireless, and using my Netgear as just a router. Is that okay?
No, because you cannot separate the wireless from the router function on your modem.
Randy, you're giving me heartburn listening to this.
So what should I do? Just get a router? I mean, just get a switch?
No, just if you want new wireless, like get yourself either a new wireless router and stick it behind the modem, or forget all that and just use the Verizon and screw all the rest of it.
But I need to, I have 4 things that got to plug into it. And all I have is 2 outputs. How do I get 4 outputs?
Yeah, that'd be with a switch. But maybe we talk about that offline or something.
Just get myself a switch.
Yeah, but you can't hang the Netgear, your second Wi-Fi router off the switch. Like, it's too complex, man.
All right, so then just use it as I got it and get myself a new Netgear, one that's more modern than this junk I have.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, cool.
Hey, man, oh, gosh, that would be like the ideal client, you know, John?
Imagine that.
Yeah, but dude, seriously, it's like 1 in a million. Oh, you mean I just got to throw away this old stuff and buy a new thing? No problem.
Yeah, that's it.
It's got to be a bad. I mean, something stupid is on this thing. We're not allowing the rings to attach to it. It's ridiculous. I got 4 brand new ones, never been hooked to anything. And they do the same exact thing to screw this thing. So which one do you like?
Well, hold on. So you have to remember, man, the rings are like the most commodity POS that exists. And they're built to be cheaper than cheap because Jeff Bezos, he got divorced recently, so he needs to make up for that $500 million he had to give to his ex.
I still got 4 new ones. Stop it. Let's be mature. Don't be like Brian.
Oh.
So, look, playtime's over.
All right, never mind.
W6JCZ with the...
I heard you guys were talking about a switch, and I was wondering if you guys were talking about a nice switch.
Look. If they're new in box and they haven't been used, that's different than new. If they're 3 years old or however many years old, it doesn't change the fact that they don't support modern protocols.
Yeah, that's true. He's right.
Yeah, but they should at least log into my freaking computer. So I'm going to get a new modem.
That would be a new wireless router.
So which Wi-Fi router do you like?
Looks like a big spider.
Which Wi-Fi router do you like?
I'd have to look up the model number, but if you go on the ASUS website under the networking, I'm sure you'll see a picture of it there.
What's it called?
I like the ASUS.
That's...
Well, no, that's just my description. I'll find you the model number, Randy. Just deal with my foot switch being held down momentarily.
That's not great advice. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be secure. That's way more than you need. Like, I'll send you one, man. No, that's wrong. You need more than one, not one big one. I mean, the right answer, Randy, is to forget about this consumer grade crap and pull Ethernet to 2 or 3 spots and then have wireless access points. Yeah, even Cat 5 is just fine. No, that's baloney. It's differential.
Via Ethernet, home runs.
I mean, I have a 1,400 square foot house here, and I have 2 APs, one in the front, one in the back, and it works great.
I got 3.
Okay, so when we get past the family room, then what do I do?
Then you put another access point.
Yeah, your devices just wirelessly roam, in the house, so that you basically have coverage, overlapping coverage, all throughout your house.
So I see what you mean. So my modem plugs into a switch, and that switch I will send an RJ45 to one of the rooms in the other side of the house, and another one in another side. Plug them into a wireless router, and that's how I cover the house.
Yeah, pretty much, except instead of being wireless routers, they're just wireless access points. So they're less complex. They just look like a round little puck, and that's it.
Oh, I have one of those in the closet.
Well, it's hard to say.
Because this router, this one I have sucks. Half the time it sees everything, and then it doesn't see everything. But I will say, it sees my thermostats, my Nest thermostats. It found them instantly.
Yeah, because it's competently designed.
Yeah, KC2GNB.
Well, why don't you say to make James's head blow off?
Said his dad's EQ.
Oh, no, that John did that.
Oh, yeah, I redid it.
Yeah, we got his system set up on CFC.
Scotty is not on CFC, no.
Well, he wanted to know what you could say to James to make his head, spin.
Oh, no, I've done it in the past. I've told James, hey, James, I'm going to help your dad adjust. No, don't.
He sounds better than he ever did.
It still sounds hollow.
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get his tail lined up.
I know.
All right, I'll be right back. Dinner's being served at the table here.
All right, enjoy.
Randy, you take that back.
Oh, yeah. No, it's good to be back. I had to clear the, some of the electrons off the
It's nice for you not to answer it with 50 sentences, though.
I'm working on it. That's just who I am. That's what you missed.
John brought up a good point the other day.
I'm sure it was brilliant.
You're going to have to remind me, though.
You had to be there, John.
I'm only going to ask one thing from you, which is you put that DEQ in the TYF mode.
I think that it is already in the TYF mode, but I think there's just one modification that I did around 160 hertz, maybe?
Okay.
Anyway, I can pop back into gear, and we can do the Pepsi challenge when I get back here. But the dinner is calling here. KC2GNB, BRB.
All right, 7-3.
Hey, John, you know what I learned today?
Hopefully something good.
Yeah, I learned that Japanese radios are limited to 3K transmit bandwidth.
Not really true.
So it all started when someone called in and asked, how do I do ESSB on my Kenwood 890? And I'm like, well, you're in luck, because I have an 890 and I can show you how to do just that. And it turned out his was limited to 3 kilohertz because he supposedly got scammed into buying a Japanese model. And so yeah, it's limited to 3K, and it's also limited in terms of where he can transmit. So I thought that was interesting.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me one bit.
So I went and told him, well, your best plan of action is to take that thing and list it on eBay and set it to only allow purchasers in Japan and try to sell it to a Japanese ham, and then go ahead and buy a real one, a US model. Yeah.
Or hear me out, maybe he's a computer guy, and you can tell him to get a Hermes.
If he could get one and invest in an amplifier and all, but I told him for now, what you do just to sell it back. He bought it for $2,000. I told him he could probably get $3,600 for it, and then just basically undo the scam, sell it back to someone who can actually use it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, maybe, but I suspect Japanese domestic market probably has a lot of Japanese equipment there. I mean, Hermes all in with the amp, say the Hard Rock or the Ukrainian one, you're looking at about $500 and let's just call $600 to $700 for a, basically 100-watt SDR.
True. And then there's actually really affordable, I'd say, 100, 200-watt amps.
Well, I'm thinking like the Hard Rock 50 kit, which is really a nice piece of kit.
Yeah, I've been considering getting into cheap entry-level SDR, if you will. If only, this amp I have here, I can put 10 watts into it and get around 400 out if I up the gain real high. So I may pick up a Hermes and just play with it and talk with 6K like all the big boys do.
Yeah. Well, I think if you do, you'll discover that there's nothing entry level about Hermes other than its price.
Yeah, that's what I meant about that, as an entry level price. So I've seen the software and I've seen you stream, and it's interesting. You know, you're getting me hooked. It's spreading. W6JCZ.
It's a good thing they don't make chemo for it.
Romeo, Victoria.
RRV.
Hey man, just thought I'd jump in. I heard you guys mentioning James's name, and I called him up. I said, James, you better get in the air there. They're talking about you. You better get on there and defend yourself.
Station.
Do you have any comments for that?
Do I have any comments?
Oh no, did he?
No, he said, oh, geez, I better get on there. And I said, yeah, they're talking about what's going to rattle your chain a little bit, so you better get on there and, defend your right. So you better get on with it, so we'll see if he jumps in on here. KF6YIJ, unrattleable. Oh, there you go.
Unrattleable.
Oh boy, gang's all here.
Hey, Jeff.
Is that George?
Evening, gentlemen.
KJ6LA.
Hi, Georgie. Good to hear you, man.
Hey, thank you.
It's been a while.
PK Tinkler.
Yeah, it's been like, I think a weekend. It's been a long time.
Yep, it looks like we have a quorum here, so, I'll identify myself, N6RRV, Mission Viejo.
Yeah, KN6TYF.
W6JCZ.
Just because I doubled with a couple people doesn't mean I'm a quorumer. And I had another thought about the Japanese radio. A lot of those are the same internally. All you have to do is get a different jumper setting and then reset the CPU, and it will reprogram the internal settings for the radio. So you may want to look into that too.
Jim, do you copy that?
I hear?
Oh, we doubled. What was that?
From Central Nevada here in Tonopah.
Man, Jeff, I barely hear you for some reason. I heard you a moment ago.
Well, it's probably band conditions. I don't even know if the amplifier's on. I'm running 10 watts, but I'm sure the amp's on.
I don't know. You're pretty quiet.
Links.
Okay. I can't wait to hear your review, Randy.
Yeah, it was on sale for $54.
Okay.
All right. It's a certified for humans. Actually, it was refurbished.
It's missing the power cable too, right?
No, I'm not sure, but I'm so excited to get it.
You might have to hook it up to your power supply. I still think it's 12 volts.
Actually, there's some nice wheels that are...
You believe me?
Oh, you believe me? It'll hook up to the power supply.
Yeah, no, it won't.
Sure it will.
No, I don't hook anything to anything without first consulting John, you, and Brian.
Well, consider yourself consulted. Plug it in.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir.
I might consider running something like that.
That's what we're doing here at this station. I got it plugged in right in the block going to the battery bank.
Yeah, I have one of those too. I love that thing with the Anderson plugs.
Yeah, man, that's it. It was like $40 back when.
Yeah, that's a wonderful piece.
I got a big one that's got 6 Andersons and then 6 ring terminals on it.
I can see how that's handy.
Oh, I got one with 12 Andersons.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got it years ago. I never used it until just a few months ago.
Can you supply current for 12 Andersons?
Oh, yes, it's monster. It's got 40 amp on each leg for the input.
Wow.
Yeah, that's this one. It's got a 6 gauge wire.
You know what? I finally began to use it correctly. You have to get the right crimpers, otherwise you ruin the plugs and they do not connect in correctly.
Yes, buy the PowerWorks Tri-Crimp. It's the best.
You got to get you have to get a good crimp, otherwise it does not work. You got to get one specifically made for Andersons.
Why are you so narrow tonight?
Well, why is it your business?
Oh, I just thought I'd just have a friendly little discussion about your narrowness tonight.
Well, you're always so worried about everybody.
No, I am worried about you. I'm concerned about your welfare, so that's why I'm calling, just to make sure one brother to another, man. I'm extending some love interest to you.
Hey, I see nice one. Asus RTAX89X.
It's the one up from mine, I believe.
$349.
Don't, no.
All right, I almost hit it. I didn't.
No. Get yourself some access points. Do it right.
Do me a favor. Send me something, John. Send me a link to some on Amazon. All right?
Oh, okay, I can do that, but would you consider hiring somebody to install them for you properly?
Why would you hire? I'm just going to plug it in.
No. We're stepping up here from hey, my internet company sent me this box, and it's just some magic box that gives me internet, to like being purposeful, and we're gonna set this up right.
All right. Well, I'm always open for that.
I gotta step away and entertain the XYL. You all enjoy yourselves. KF6YIJ is out.
All right, I'm gonna get the TP.
Good night, James. K5BLS.
Now with power.
Yes, now with the amp truly on. Before I was just on 10 watts.
See you all later.
See ya, Jim.
Anyhow, did he end up getting that comment that I made?
Say it again.
Is that your Flex?
Yeah, I'm on the headset, Randy.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Yeah, I'm on the iPad and the headset, that's why.
No worries. Working great. Are you away from your home?
Yeah, I'm in central Nevada, a town called Tonopah, not to be confused with Arizona.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm just waiting on one of my many employees to send me some stuff now.
Uh-huh.
I got your router, thank you, Brian, but I'm waiting for one from John.
I mean, I'll send you something, but what I'm saying is it's not as simple as just like, oh, this is a router, plug it in. Like, it takes configuration and thought and planning.
God, you guys make out that I'm a dummy. I will muddle through it.
It's not that we think you're a dummy. It's just it requires an expert level.
Oh, touche.
I'm out.
What?
Stand by, I got a text. Stand by.
What do you mean the wheel's not round?
It just requires, at least a Gen X or better.
Oh, is this like advanced Cisco style router?
Well, no, just a Ubiquity.
Tonight N5 SDR.
Okay, is the EQ a little bit better? I forgot. I didn't reset it. So Randy was probably right. It is probably shrill.
Tell him to shush.
Suffering succotash.
Is that maybe Ubiquity?
Yeah.
And what is this thing, per se?
It's just a wireless access point. That's it.
Has it got outputs on it?
No. It's got an input.
From the modem?
Yeah, or your switch or whatever.
Fructose corn syrup in it.
Randy, can you go yell at 195?
Why? What are they doing?
They're encroaching badly.
Okay, does this sound any better? I hope.
Yeah, a little bit.
Brand, but
I'm not talking real loud, but yeah, somehow the EQ changed. Hard.
Okay.
Or is the audio low?
Okay.
Everything.
Right.
It's fine. I understand every word you're saying. It's perfect.
It's just.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. The EQ curve's changed for this profile. That's strange. I've not seen that before.
I mean, it's very interesting audio. It's not good, bad, or anything. It's very interesting. John, I got a question for you, bro.
Yeah, what's up?
What does an access point mean?
It's in the name. It's literally, it makes a wireless network.
So then this would go in another part of the house?
Well, you'd put one, I mean, think of your wireless router just without the router.
Yeah. So, Randy, maybe it's best if you think about the functions that your wireless router does. Your wireless router routes. It also has you were asking like where are all the ports? All those ports. That's part of a switch. So your wireless router is a switch. It's a router. It also is an access point. It serves multiple functions, and what you're looking at there is just a basic device, because you don't need all those functions because you already have a device that does that. So you just need something that provides wireless access. Hence, you just need an access point.
Can I keep this router that I have and use this as an access point and shut off the Wi-Fi on this router?
Yeah, you absolutely could. It would probably be advised that you do. That would be good if you turned off Wi-Fi on that router and you just let all these access points provide the wireless access, and that would be good because everything would be standardized.
But how would they interface into my system?
They would all roads would lead to Rome. All the network connections would all connect back up to your router.
I don't have enough points. I need at least 4 connections on the back to go to different items. So then the access point is going to rob those positions.
Well, then what you do is you just throw in a switch. A switch gives you more ports. So if you're running out of ports, you just buy an additional little, network switch, and now you have more ports to plug in your access points.
Okay, so I see. So all the controls that we go into and mess around with on my wireless router has to do with wireless?
I didn't really understand the question was formed in there. What was the question?
Well, there are so many functions. When we log into it, John and I, let's say, he's messing around inside there. It's got so many menus and sub-menus and this menu and that menu. Is all that have to do with how it connects wirelessly, or that's how it handles the signals?
Both. So all of your settings in there, because remember, you got to remember this. Is that wireless router is performing several different functions. It's routing, it's an access point, it's a switch, it's a firewall. And when you log in there, there's settings to control each and every different function of that.
So you're saying that an access point and a switch would be able to bypass this whole system I have?
You still need it to perform routing functions and firewall functions, so you're still leveraging it for routing and firewall. So we're completely replacing it, but we're extending the areas that we need to extend because that device is not covering full coverage in your house.
And my 5G modem remains unchanged. It's just going to be the modem.
That is correct. Yeah, that remains unchanged.
Yeah, you would leave all of that the same. Even your existing router and stuff as it is right now. All you would do is you just add those other access points, and then you turn off anything else that's broadcasting Wi-Fi.
I would leave my router's Wi-Fi on or shut that off?
No, you'd turn it off.
And having more inputs for the RJ45s, just want to use one of the existing RJ45 outputs from my existing router and make that into 4 more?
Correct.
Yeah. You get yourself a little PoE switch even, another 8 ports or something, and then you could run the APs straight off of there.
What does PoE stand for? PoA?
Power over Ethernet.
Power over Ethernet?
Yeah, so those wireless access points would be powered from the Ethernet cable itself.
So I could put one here in lieu of the 4 antenna thing I have here. This one would be just as powerful?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a wonderful alternative.
Now, they need Ethernet connectivity, right? So you need to be able to run it back to that switch. So just imagine you'd add, 3 or 4 home runs from wherever you want the APs to be back to your modem.
I can't do that. The house is not wired for that. Well, it might be wired.
Well, pretty much everyone I know that has, larger homes, multiple floors, this is how they end up covering them properly.
Hey, Randy, did they ever put in the landline telephone wire?
Yes, they have landlines in every room. And those are the Cat 5s, I think.
Okay, that's what I was going to suggest.
But it's hard wire. It's not stranded. It's solid wire. It's very hard to get an RJ45 on it.
Conductor.
Yeah, it depends on the size. If it's category cable, it doesn't matter if stranded or solid.
Absolutely. I could do that. I have home runs in every room, but they go to my wife's closet on the other side of the house. So I could put an access point over there, and I could put one in my room here, and we got it covered.
Yeah.
And it would receive power via the plug-in. So the fact that it's a PoE, the regular stuff that plugs into it won't get hurt by that, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
A light bulb is coming on, boys. Now, would this ambiguity the one that you sent me, let's say, John, would that perform better than the Wi-Fi I have now?
Well, yeah, probably. It's a purpose-built device. So between that and then you figure you've got more of them, you've got better coverage, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing is that router is doing multiple things mediocrely, so any time that you have a single purpose built device that's designed for a wireless access point, and that's it. Like what John's saying, it's gonna outperform a device that's trying to do multiple jobs.
So then, okay, so let's say I get rid of this router altogether, because I don't need it. So I would get, what would be the next best thing? Is to get the access point, and then how would we have the firewall and all that other stuff set up? Could I just get a switcher? That would not work.
That wouldn't work. You would need something that routes and has a firewall function. That you can't just have things switch. You need something that does routing.
And hence, you sent me one that was of better quality.
No, hold on. So your Verizon thing is already it is already a router, right? I think you have that disabled. So if that's what you wanted to do, you could just go that way, but I don't know that I'd recommend it.
What I was thinking, that's what I asked you earlier. Why can't I use my Verizon thing into a switch and use the Verizon wireless and just use it and then go out from it and go to a 8-port switch?
Well, you can, but you're going to have less control. You're going to have less control over the network. I also would not mix wireless things together. So if you're going to go with APs, you're going to disable the wireless on the Verizon box.
No. Let's say I wasn't going to do that. This is what I asked you earlier. Why can't I just use a Verizon box on both wireless and modem and a router, so to speak? It's got two outputs it has two RJ45 outputs. I take one of those outputs and I feed it to an 8-position switcher. Why can't I do that?
Well, okay, look, like in theory you can, but not if you're going to run another wireless router behind it with its own Wi-Fi and all this.
No, I'm not going to do that.
So you're going to get rid of your Netgear.
I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of the one I have because it's old and it works like crap. And I was going to use the new 5G one I have as a full modem, wireless modem. And then I'm going to take the router output of it and feed it into a switch box for 6 or 8 of them so I can feed all my stuff.
That's fine, but you can't expand that. So is that going to cover your whole house?
Well, I have a repeater at the other end of the house. You think that would work okay with it?
Not particularly. Repeaters in general are a bad idea on Wi-Fi.
Gotcha. That's what I asked, if I could use my existing router. If I just shut off the Wi-Fi system, can I use that as the external switch? And you said I couldn't do that.
That's correct.
Because it would conflict with the other router because it's got a firewall and all that other crap, correct?
Yeah.
With the double netting, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't just be double netting, it'd be an entire double network.
Well, you know what? I'm going to spend a few bucks, and I'm going to try. I'm going to just set up the router again, just as a regular router. It's a piece of cake. I will remember, and I will take pictures and do everything like I'm supposed to. And I'm going to use it as Wi-Fi and whatnot. And then, because when I was using it like that, when I was using the double system, I was hooking into the one from the 5G and it worked all over the house. It was really powerful. It truly worked all over the house. And then I'm going to get like an 8-position switch. And I'm going to try that. Just spend a few bucks. And if it works, fine, I'll use it, no?
Yeah, again, I mean, if the Verizon box gives you all the network management tools that you need, then yeah, fine. But for me, like, there's no way that would work.
Yeah, that would be Band-Aid 6 there, Randy. Good evening, N6MUD.
Good evening, Mr. Craig.
N6RV lurking.
Hello, N6RV, CAN6TYF.
That's all I'll start calling you as Lurker.
Lurker extraordinaire. All right, boys, let's work on his audio. Narrowed up a little.
I think it's worked already.
All right, so I got 2 ways to go. So, NUD, what would you do?
I would do exactly what John's and Brian are telling you to do. Bite the bullet, run some runs of Cat 5, get some access points there. Do it right, and you'll be thankful. It'll last for a very, very long time.
Yeah, but then what do I use is just run a switch and then let my 5G network handle all the firewalling?
Just get an Ubiquity router. All it does is route and handle firewalls, and then use the Ubiquity access points for your wireless side of it, and you'll be good to go. They're not that expensive.
No, I know that. I saw it was very reasonable.
Yeah, so...
But they last a long time, and they provide functionality and firewall and that's more robust than your consumer level stuff.
Yeah, you could, if you wanted, man, like, you know, the way an enterprise network, maybe a small business network might be set up is you'd have separate components, right? You'd have a firewall router, and then that would be connected to a switch, and then connected to that switch, you'd have, you'd have various access points and other devices, and those separate components, just what Craig said, they last a real long time. They work really well.
Well, separates work in hi-fi. I mean, separates have always worked better than all in one unit in so many more disciplines than just this.
Well, and you don't know the benefits that you would get out of having a dedicated router/firewall. You could have separate networks for your your Ring doorbells. You know, for things that are on your network, you want to have segmentation, and it would be really easy to do that with a more dedicated modern router firewall that is able to do that segmentation for you. So that way you would have a separate, Wi-Fi network and password for your thermostat, for your doorbell, for your wireless cameras, for those things that you buy in the big box store or wherever that you're connecting to your network. So that way your security for your business and your computers are not being compromised and all on the same flat network.
Yep.
Here's the thing, Randy. If you go down this path, you might want to have someone help you set this up, because this is not a simple plug, set it and forget it. You got to have it planned out, and you got to have someone that knows really what they're doing to help you install it and configure it.
But once it's up and running, it's pretty much set it and forget it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but setting it up takes some thought and some time.
Some of the devices are becoming more and more turnkey. I recently went to the Philippines and set up a wireless router system in a concrete, compound, kind of a, third world country environment where there's not Ethernet pulled all over the place. And I specifically wanted Ethernet pulled all over the place while the house was being built, but my wishes did not come true. So I ended up purchasing a device that it destroys the HF spectrum because it's a power line over Ethernet backhaul plus Wi-Fi mesh solution. That's the worst case scenario that I would not recommend you do because it would destroy the HF spectrum. But don't do a Wi-Fi mesh system. Don't do power line over Ethernet. But in this case, it was in a third world country where the entire HF spectrum was destroyed anyway. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is there are systems out there that are getting more and more easier to deploy separate guest networks with a click of a button, so that way you have that segmentation.
Hey, what does unmanaged network switch mean?
It means no VLAN, no configuration. It's just a dumb switch.
Is that what one needs?
Again, this is where the planning comes in, right? Which is why you should talk to a professional about it.
We're not saying you're dumb.
Oh, boy, look at these guys. What do you think? It's magic? You think you're the only guys who know how to do this stuff?
I didn't say that. I said you should talk to a professional.
It does not simply just design a network.
Don't you think I know John's email?
John, I commend you.
John kicks it.
Oh man. No, but seriously, like a little bit of planning at this stage will save a lot of headache later.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I could get the wire to the other part of the house, so that's the problem.
The electricians did.
Is that correct? No, I don't have an attic.
These details need to be firmed up.
No attic here, boys. It's Adobe house. All block construction, solid flat roof with parapets, gun slots.
Now, let me just put it this way. In 30 years, I've never seen any structure that we haven't been able to run Ethernet at.
Ubiquity.
That's what we're looking at. KC2GNB.
K5 BLS.
You have to put holes in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one way to do it, I guess.
I would recommend it. They should appropriately be mounted on the ceiling in line of sight.
Yeah, they should be on the ceiling. Yeah.
Put wires together in my junction box, and I do that. Actually, I do send it. I could do that, boys. I have multiple conductor wires going to each room.
No. This needs to be Cat, certified. You want minimum Cat 5e. You don't want to do this Hamas, Alabama. Take a few conductor wires here, a few conductor wires here, and terminate them. You don't want to do that.
Oh, these are phone cables, brother. They're multiple conductor phone cables, but old style stuff.
Yeah, that's Cat 3. And usually it's like one pair, so even Cat 3, right? There's 4 pairs, and to the quote phone guys, that means 4 phone lines. But to Ethernet, that's one connection.
And they're untwisted.
Oh my God.
Yeah, There's so much that goes into a network connection. You don't want to half-ass it.
So then I can't do that because I can't get to the other side of the house.
No, hold on.
Somebody that does this for a living, pull some Cat 6.
If there's already a line pull, they could use that to pull a tape.
No, God, it goes up. No, it's stapled to the. It's stapled over to the beams. You'll never be able to do it, brother.
Yeah, it should never be stapled.
How they build them?
Wow.
Outside is all block. The inside, no, it's just not going to work, bro.
They'll figure it out. Let them figure it out.
No, that's okay. I can have access just in this room. It's fine. It's all the stuff we need, my wife and I. So I'll just try it here. I'm going to get that. I saw a TP on sale for $39.
Remind me again. What's the problem that we're trying to solve for?
Well, I have some cameras that have been just driving me freaking nuts. John tried everything in his knowledge and power to get these stupid things to work in my circuit. And there's thousands of people all over that are using rings with no problem.
Yeah, but
something in my system is preventing these guys from logging in. It really bothers me. Once in a while they work. Most of the time they don't. So I'm thinking that my Wi-Fi router is old. It's about 3, 4, 5 years old, and it's poop, and it's not doing something correctly. So I was thinking of upgrading that and trying it, see if I could get these to work.
Yeah, but you left out an important detail, which is you have like 1 or 2 ring cameras which are working just fine.
No, I have none now that are working fine.
Since when?
Since a few days ago. I did a reset and I tried to log in, it wouldn't let me. But you know what's crazy? Check this out, brother. I use my wife's iPhone. I make my phone a hotspot. It instantly grabs it. Instantly.
Yeah, so doesn't that tell you that those rings are junk?
No, it tells me there's something wrong with my Wi-Fi system.
No.
You got a little regrowth.
Yeah.
Not you. Randy.
What?
He's got a little, Randy, you got a little regrowth there.
Of course I got regrowth. I'm on an ICOM and a 4KL. ICOM and a 4KL.
Slider bucket copy.
No big deal, bro.
All right, just want to let you know what's going on.
It's nothing. It's freaking bipolar, like you and John. It's bipolar transistors in the amplifier.
Get out of here.
And my amplifier and my transmitter is FET. But it's not bad regrowth, just a little bit.
All right. Just want to let you know you got some whiskers.
So?
I'm just calling it.
So John, I am hell bent on making these son of a bitches work.
Good luck, man. That's it's really, I think it's good money after bad.
Well, now I got about 8 of these cameras, and it just really pisses me off. I have friends who use them. They work great. They log into their system. But then why did it log into my phone as a hotspot instantly?
Well, I don't think it matters. It's irrelevant.
No, it's everything. It won't log into my Wi-Fi system, yet it logs into my phone when I make it a hotspot. Then tell me what the difference is.
You were standing right on top of it that had a perfect good signal right into your phone.
Right next to my modem right over here. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's not just the signal strength, right? You're also, your phone does protocol X, Y, and Z, and maybe your wireless router doesn't do that older protocol or whatever it is. It could be some stupid driver level conflict, right? And you are not the only person out there that has a problem with it. There is other documented cases of kind of similar things going on.
It's true. So what John's trying to get at is that your phone probably speaks newer wireless protocols that these cameras are looking for, and your other device may not speak the same wireless protocol or negotiate the same way. There's a lot of IEEE standards that are in the wireless protocol for negotiating speeds, all sorts of stuff, encryption, all sorts of things. It may be something down to that level that it's just picky about that your current system setup is not friendly with that, and everybody else is not having this issue because everybody else has a more modern system, a wireless system or something like that. An easy fix there, Randy. If you're just looking to, just upgrade your home system, maybe just a wireless router might be the answer. So just upgrade your home wireless router.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. That's probably what it is. Because this guy's been here for a while. And I could try it, I could order one, and wonderful, I could send it back. So maybe I'll grab the one that you sent.
Did you buy another router or something like that?
No, not yet. This is all. That's why I'm asking you guys. Maybe I'll get the Asus RT-AX88.
Yeah.
He's got it in his cart.
Don't have it in the cart yet, but I could.
Just maybe not buy it from Bezos. You don't need to give him another yacht.
Where would you buy it from?
Literally anywhere else.
I understand you're upset, and I get it.
No. Best Buy, a local retailer, just anywhere.
Okay, can I get another one like I got? Just one that's newer?
Yeah, probably.
Verizon?
No, I don't have Verizon, but I could, I could see what they're running at, what they got at Costco.
Wait a second. What the heck do you have right now?
Oh, let me tell you exactly what it is, brother.
Tell me exactly what you have.
I have a Netgear. It's a Nighthawk RAX45.
Well, that sounds like a pretty decent one. The Netgear makes pretty good products. The Nighthawks have been good. Have you tried I'm sure John's probably updated the firmware on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we did everything.
How weird. What a humdinger.
How don't you know? So how old do you think this guy is?
I would say probably within the past 3 years. Probably maybe 4. I don't know. Nighthawk, it depends on the model. Nighthawk's been out for a while.
It says it's a 6-stream.
It sounds like it's a AX5400.
No, this is a RAX40.
Spit it out, kid.
AX6. It's an AX4300. I think it's old.
Netgear then.
I think it's older.
Well, I mean, the Netgears are usually pretty good. Again, I think you're kind of looking in the wrong place here.
You think he's barking up the wrong tree?
Just don't know that it's wise to spend good money after bad, that's all.
You can always return it. Let Jeffrey pay for it.
Hey, I'm getting texts from SWLs wanting to know when this net is concluded. N6RRV.
The tech net goes until around 9 o'clock, and then we switch into casual conversation, and then we will be taking check-ins.
Roger that. Check-ins. Well, we always like to do check-ins. We can number them. We can number them starting with 1, and we'll see how many check-ins we get tonight.
Checks, but you can take chickens, which is different than check-ins. But I'll take checks, personal checks only.
Counter checks, please.
I can't do a cashier's check.
So if I need more, can I go to the front of the line?
I'll also take Venmo, PayPal, any kind of money orders will be accepted.
Can I get a break in here? Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, call here is VE3LLV/W7. Name here is Tony, and we're located in Southern Oregon, in Grass Pass. question. About the Hermes light. It's real quick.
Well, can we break for a Hermes question?
Yeah.
The Hermes net doesn't start until 10.
All right, if it's short.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I had a Flex 3000 and keep on thinking, I got rid of it, but I keep on thinking about getting back into in the SDRs again. And thought about getting a Hermes light too. What computer speed do I need? Like, do I need like a super freaking fast gaming computer, or can I just do it like on a quad core with like 16 gigs?
Yeah, you could probably make it work on a quad core if it's 8th gen Intel or newer, but if I were you, I would go for something a lot more modern than that. Ideally, something 12th or 13th gen. You can pick up a mini PC from Mini Forum on Amazon for about $400. Just look for the one that's got Intel 13th gen, and that'll run the machine beautifully.
Man, okay. Well, I guess that brings up my my target price from 350 or right back, or no, from about 450 right up to like almost 1,000.
Oh yeah, you could definitely get something that'll run it just fine. If you send me an email, I'll send you back a link that I've sent to other people. This is Kilo November 6 Tango Yankee Fox.
Yeah, well, I'm mobile right now, so I don't know. I can't really write this down. All right. Are you able to? Can you go on QRZ and look up my call? VE3LLV. And just my email address is on there. Just send me a quick one if you could, if you don't mind doing that.
All right, it's Lima Lima Victor.
Roger, Roger.
All right, yeah, sure.
Okay, I appreciate it, guys. All right, go back to your other conversation. I'm just sitting here. I've been sitting here listening for you guys, or with you guys for ages, for weeks and weeks. So you guys are a good listen.
We aim to please, but thanks for saying howdy. And yeah, man, I think you really enjoy Thetis and the Hermes. A lot of improvements from Power SDR. And you got a little bit of a leg up given you're a little familiar with it already. So thanks for saying howdy. And yeah, Randy, I mean, really, like, why do you have 8 Ring cameras?
Well, I got 4 of them as a gift from my son for my birthday 3-4 years ago. And then he was using them at his house, but then he got wired ones. He even set them up. He bought them for his house, and he never even used them. They're new in the box, and he went wired.
Yeah, because he's a smart man.
So I got a bunch of them. I figured it would be nice to make them work. I mean, my system's working great. It really is. I don't have any problems with anything except for the stupid rings. And also, if you remember, I couldn't get the Honeywells to log in. But Mesh Network, you remember, found it instantly.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe there's nothing wrong with my network. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree.
Now we're talking.
Forget about it.
Maybe, just maybe, we could do something about this.
Sell it on eBay.
No, I'll just give it away. I don't sell anything.
You don't buy anything that's bought or sold, or sell anything that's sold or bought?
Very rarely. I mean, I just sell my boat to my neighbor. Sounds like a freaking race car. When he starts it, he loves it. Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. So I did sell one thing. It's rare that I sell things, but I did sell that.
The Icon?
No, still have all my Icoms. Still, I didn't sell. Jeez, I traded some radios in at HRO.
You should sell that ICOM.
Which one?
That one right there?
Why?
I'm just saying.
Why would I sell the 7800? It's a fabulous radio.
You got the 7851.
I had a chance to get one. Believe it or not, and it was a lateral move.
Wow.
So we didn't do it. But that's expensive anyway. That was expensive. This guy wanted $8,000 for it. What is it, $15,000 radio? So I'd rather give you and John the money. Give that guy money.
Don't leave me out, Randy.
No, you make enough money. You don't need money from me, brother.
His legal fees.
Advisory fees.
We got the legal hour coming at 9:30.
KK7 TV.
LegalNet, 9:31 p.m. on these stations, 71.99.
So that's after TechNet, but before HermesNet got it.
That's correct.
All right, boys, I'm sorry I exhausted us with all this stuff. Sorry about that.
Don't forget about it. It's all good, I think there's a lot of the areas that we covered. We covered a lot of ground, had a lot of laughs.
I'm very thankful for the amount of competency that's on this channel.
There's a lot of certifications that went into it.
Indeed.
I mean, it really is amazing.
A lot of home labs torn down, built.
Sleepless nights because the damn thing doesn't work.
Yeah, a lot of tech support over the phone.
I appreciate you guys so very much.
A lot of hours spent in data centers and data cuts, migrations.
Oh, come on, man. You're giving me PTSD.
Yeah, upgrades.
No change Fridays, what?
Brian, you're laying it on thick tonight, buddy.
I'm trying to get some of the ions off of the tube. It's been collecting dust on them on the tubes. Since I've been gone. So I've been really trying to work it.
What about the THP?
What about the DHCP? What?
No, the Tokyo.
Oh yeah, the Tokyo, the old Tokyo. Yeah, that's sitting right on top of that thing, man. I just that thing needs to be sold.
Get rid of it.
Get rid of it. There's so many things I need to get rid of. An ICOM 73, or no, not 7300. ICOM 7100, ICOM 746 Pro, a Tokyo High Power, Yaesu FT818, ELAD FTM Duo. I just need to start selling it all. So I need to sell my entire amateur radio station.
Well, hey, you've heard that from me.
I heard it from multiple people back in the day.
Well,
I have that as one of my presets on my 990.
Oh, okay.
if you sell all that stuff, then maybe you can go down to Island and pick yourself up a RF2K that's just sitting there.
I would go the tube route. I would go the manual tube still. Probably the OM.
Yeah.
Anything worth doing.
I don't know, man.
But I do see the lure of having an automatic and everything, all that. But I'd still want the extra.
Yeah, forget automatic or not automatic. It's besides the point. I think the point is just to play with the LDMOS, right? Because that is what the commercials, everything has moved to, and I think it's a good experience to have.
Oh, absolutely. It kind of puts you in with the modern day technology, and it's not going to go anywhere You know, you look at the technology in the RF in this Tokyo high power, and it's like, you know, that transistor is kind of getting long in the tooth.
Well, yeah, but the transistor is not going to degrade and require replacement in 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
Hold on, Brian, did you say that you had an 818 that you were going to get rid of?
Yeah, 818. Yeah, a little QRP thing.
Okay, shoot me an email. I'll be curious.
Shoot me an email. My email is good on QRZ.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, it's minty. I don't know what else to tell you about it. It's got the Anderson power pole adapter in the back there. I don't know. It's a cute radio. It's beautiful, but I just don't. Get doing soda activations, but not today.
Yeah, Roger. No, I was thinking of a special purpose interfacing it to a repeater controller, so I've been kicking around the idea of getting another one of those.
Right on. Yeah, if you shoot me over an email, I'll give you some photos and all that stuff. I'll show you what I got. I got a couple QRP radios. I got the that 818. I got the ELAD FDM Duo, which is an interesting QRP radio. That's also an SDR radio. It's kind of a hybrid. And I also got the what the heck is it? It's a recent RS-918.
Okay, Roger. Yeah. Well, I know that the 817 and the 818, I already have an interface built because I used to have one that was interfaced to my spare repeater controller. I used to be able to DTMF it and control it and walk around the house on the HT and still talk on HF.
All right. Well, I'll everything has to go. Everything must be sold.
I don't know, Brian. You could sell that gear, and that'll put a nice down payment on a brand new RF2KS that's sitting right now in Island Amplifier that's waiting for a brand new home.
Oh, my headphones got unplugged there. What about Island Amplifiers having an RF2KS? Is there one there?
Yeah, there's one sitting there that needs a new home. I'm just saying you could sell all that gear, and it'll put a nice healthy down payment on the RF2K amp there.
Is it a used or new one?
Brand spanking new. I guess someone backed out at the last minute, and it's just sitting there. It's sitting there. Very unusual. Usually there's like a 8 to 10 week wait for them, but this time it's just sitting there in LA somewhere that's waiting for someone to pick up from Island.
Yeah, copy that.
You've got mail.
I'm looking.
Speaking of that, I should probably check and see where my amplifier's at.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Jeff, where is that new amplifier? Hopefully it's en route, right? Hopefully it's been shipped.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to check and see where it is.
Ya quedó así.
Golly. The Spanish language stations, every time on his voice peaks, there's like a big old line across the waterfall.
Yeah, dude, look at that guy on 7, what is that, 7.226?
Yep. Also the Tagalog net.
I don't see any email. Call sign is Kilo Charlie 2 Golf November Victor. Good night, Victoria.
Yeah, I just replied to one of the emails that you'd sent me before on the 2496 EQs, unless you've changed emails.
I'm looking. I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Let me send you another one just to make sure.
Yeah, it's bslawson@gmail.com. First initial, last name at Gmail.
KF60IO.
Is that Seth? What's going on, Seth? How you doing, dude?
Oh, doing pretty good. Just sitting here spinning the dial around. I got a new antenna up. Was curious to see if it works on 40 meters, and turns out it does.
Right on. What kind of antenna is it?
Doublet.
A doublet? The doublet will do it. A doublet will do it.
Yeah, I drove by your house the other day. Boy, you found a lot of resting places for birds over at your place.
Yeah, we got a little, hummingbird, kind of a perch system here that all the little birdies like to perch on.
Yeah, same day I drove by Steve's house. Looks like he's got the same setup going on over there.
Yeah, that's Steven. Now he follows suit. I took down one side of my loop in preparation for the massive hurricane that we were supposed to get, and we never did. And I had ladder line going up to the palm tree in the front, so I'm not sure if you saw it before or after that storm, but it originally had a bunch of ladder line going up to the palm tree in the front, and that's where I fed the loop originally.
Yeah, totally. So it was before they said the.
Sorry about that. Daughter just popped in here. She's getting a little fussy there. Something about wanting to eat here. So I'm sorry. Would you say there's something?
UPS is saying the amp should be here next Monday. Of course, I won't get it until next Friday because I won't be here all next week.
It always works out that way somehow.
Yep.
W6JCZ, I'm back.
Hey, Jeff, you sound pretty strong down here in Mission Viejo still, about 25 over, my friend.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you. The band is going long. Yeah, I think I got my headset.
Woodland tonight. So, yeah, I guess the path is there tonight.
At least I hope so.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Okay, yeah, somehow this profile got screwed up, so anyway, I was wrong. I know it sounds different, but it shouldn't be that terribly different. And by the way, lest I say again, the refinements are a good improvement. I'm listening to you on the headphones. It's definitely a lot more wow.
Oh, you talking about John's improvements on my audio?
Roger.
Yeah, John gave it a wow factor, and he plugged into my computer, and I was able to watch him make his adjustments, and I'm telling you, the guy's just got an ear, and really did a great job. Kudos to John. As I told him, his Christmas envelope will be a little thicker this year.
So what I'm hearing is I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah,
it could be.
You should be charging for your services
anyway. But yeah, it's not as voodoo-ish as it was before. A lot more balanced. It's a lot more clear.
Yeah, it's. I think balance is a good word. I always, when I help people EQ, I always try and help keep the character that they started with. So try to keep that nice lows in there, but have a little more clarity so it can be heard.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what you did. I don't want to sound, we all want to have, at least I do, I want to have a nice low end, but I want to be balanced too and have that clarity and, that sharpness all in one. And it's hard to get that balance. Before I was hearing a little bit too, muddy / boxy. If there's a better word for it, I can't find it. But that was the word I came to mind when I heard my audio, and John took it right out. And now he gave me a little bit of a wow. So thanks again, John. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. It's been positive reports then from people that have heard it.
Yeah, even I got the approval from Master James. He really liked it. And so there you go. And it's always good when you get kudos from people who hear you every day and say, "Wow, whatever you did, it really made a difference. Made you sound a little bit cleaner, brighter, maybe, and cleaner." I'm sorry. What was the word Jeff used? I can't remember now. I've lost it. It wasn't smooth. What was that adjective you used there, Jeff? But that certainly hit home.
Oh, you know what I thought it was?
Yeah, there it is. I knew that would drag you out of the rabbit hole there, Randy.
I thought it was, why don't we give it a break?
There you go. I was waiting for that.
Every day, the same crap over and over. Why don't you bring up something interesting like networking?
Oh, come on. Be nice.
It was a new EQ.
Be nice.
And wireless stuff.
Router.
And wireless routers.
Oh, an access point.
An access point.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget the security.
And security.
And the herpes.
And the herpes.
And the voodoo.
Oh, voodoo's on another frequency.
Voodoo that you do.
The voodoo that you do.
ICOMs need not apply. Batteries not included. Calls are void after 30 days.
Now this up even more.
4 easy payments.
Scott, I just opened up my receiver a little bit ago to 6 wide, and it sounds amazing. You're banging in here at 25 over, 6 kilohertz wide, man. It's pretty amazing audio.
I just realized that I thought I was on 5, but you're right. I stretched my wings out a little bit tonight.
The people down below us love you.
So the SWLs that are out there tonight, for anybody that's monitoring the frequency here, please make sure your receivers are stretched out. If you know how to adjust your receiver out to pass the default bandwidth, we are out a little bit wider, so extend out if you can.
Yeah, I would run 5K, except there's people right below us. W6JCZ.
Yeah, there's a bunch of bananas down there.
Yep.
And some of them are dirtier than others.
Yeah, I'm running 4K, and I am right next to them, like wall to wall.
I had to explain last night to some fellows that were down below us that they were upset because we were in their band pass, but yet they came in after we were already here. And I had to explain to them why their audio was more destructive than ours was, and then they agreed.
Yeah, it's the same story yet again.
Hey, you're too wide.
No, it wasn't that. It was nobody else has those the receivers capable of hearing you, so why do you do it? Well, why do people play with FT8 too? It's because they like to do it. But anyway, I had to explain to him that, most of the voice energy is in the lower portion, and that's right where you're butted up against us, so you're creating more interference than we are to you.
I mean, this is all about experimentation and finding out what works for you and what works for others listening. So, yeah, I'm glad we don't have a limit on bandwidth.
Well, according to Mark last night, there's some vigilantes out there that are pinging and referring people that are running 6 kilohertz Y, out to the FCC and kind of getting them in trouble.
No.
The precedent was set that the FCC doesn't mind as long as you don't interfere with other users.
Yeah, this has been repeated ad nauseum, and the commission has already ruled on this, so, yeah.
Oh, I agree, but it still takes time out of your day to deal with it. You got to hire an attorney, and it's going to cost money to mitigate the FCC. Coming to knock on your door.
We are allowed to erect antennas as long as we adhere to proper safety.
Yeah, I don't think there would be attorneys involved. Like, it's not a, it's not a criminal thing.
If they want to fine you for running wide, it could be. It could get that way.
I don't think they have fining power for something that's not a violation of the law.
I agree with you, but it's depending on how they interpret that whatever that part of the law is. There's different interpretations for that law. There's experimentation, right? Other people seeing it say that if you run 6 kilohertz wide every single night, 24 hours a day, or quite often, and you're not really experimenting. You're basically you're doing it. There's no experimentation there.
No, wrong.
That's what some guy told me, at least, and that's how some people at the FCC sounds like they interpret that law.
Absolutely wrong. So there are actual documents, right? The commission has considered this. They've ruled on it. They've neglected to make it part of the regulation.
I mean, case in point, is there anything stopping us from running full AM right now?
Nope.
Exactly. And you know what the bandwidth on AM is?
Oh, yeah.
5 to the left, 5 to the right.
Yeah, this is a lot like the same argument with the other side that says that AR-15 stands for assault rifle.
Yeah.
W6JCZ. But anyhow, the logic goes, if AM is legal, if I can turn on AM and start talking right now when it's legal, and that's 10K, what's 5-6K to them?
Black guns matter.
Exactly my point.
Well, what I can't figure out, John, is if these vigilantes are turning in people to the FCC and the FCC is actually engaging these people and listening to them, what's up with that? They should just tell them to go pound sand, because what's going on here, there's nothing wrong, and they're basically wasting their time trying to, involve the FCC.
Which is exactly what's happening.
Yeah, people think they're empowered by being the hall monitors. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, don't forget the up police.
Yeah, Craig, I think what you're getting a little bit of dose of is just the scuttlebutt that, certain hams love to talk.
Yeah, maybe. I guess I should read that QRZ article a little bit and see what's actually going on there. But it sounds like the FCC actually engaged these people in interacting on it, which was the part I didn't really understand.
I don't think so. I think if anything, it could be VOs or VMs, volunteer monitors, and that's pretty gray area there.
I think they need to be worried more about the vulgar language and the CB antics than what bandwidth we're running.
Oh, 100%. I agree, and that's what these whole monitors are for, right? And hopefully they're doing that too. But it seems kind of weird to me that something like that bandwidth whole thing made it into the magazine, So maybe it's just out there to get exposure, but hopefully not. Hopefully hopefully, there's no ramifications of doing some experimentation here, making your audio sound a little bit better than the average, and having fun on the radio with wide audio.
That would be a good topic for the legal net later on this evening.
All right, Scott, maybe we can bring this topic up.
Yeah, we can take some calls and it'd be good. I'm surprised Dennis hasn't raised that issue on his 11-meter program on Saturday nights.
Well, what's the issue over?
I knew it. There he is. Hey, Den, what's up, brother?
I just walked in the radio room, KB6GFD.
Then it was good timing.
Good evening, Dennis. W6JCZ, Woodland.
Okay, so it is FCC order number 10740. In this order, we deny a petition for rulemaking seeking to amend Part 97 to provide that stations transmitting single sideband may not occupy more than 2.8 kilohertz of bandwidth. Period.
Who didn't specify that? I think John, NU9N, wanted to have all these new designators for, extended sideband and make those official, and they didn't do that either.
No, they did not. And in pages 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 9, they talk about why they refuse to make that a regulation.
Yeah, you're right, John. It's a dead issue. I'm not even concerned about it anymore.
Yeah, that was in 2003, by the way. Just to show how long people keep talking about it.
The only issue that they have is that somebody is causing malicious interference by being too close. They could do that, but that has nothing to do with the width, and they wouldn't rule on that. They would rule on you're causing malicious interference.
No, they sure wouldn't. So, I guess that's just how it goes. I like how they pointed out the fact that sideband is a more efficient use anyways.
That's exactly the point.
I mean, you just got to be smart about it, right? If you're about to transmit and there's a group that are below you, you don't want to go 6K wide and splatter on them. However, if there's no one around you and you open up the 6K and start talking, and then all of a sudden someone moves in on top of you and they get upset because you're 6K wide, that's not your fault. They're the ones who got here later, and they should move down.
Exactly my point to those guys yesterday.
Yeah, and then you should not have the balls to complain that the people above you are making noise because, well, you moved in.
Quiet like it is tonight. Go wide.
Yeah,
look at that on the waterfall.
When he shut down and decided to move everybody a little bit further down. So it worked out okay, but it's just old having to do that battle with different people.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, who did that?
That's N5SDO, the guy who's complaining about us being wide.
Oh, it's an age-old problem. It happened long before radio. It was like, could you use that other drinking fountain? It's that age-old problem.
Yeah, the guy last night used the term broadcast, and I had to correct him on that. Communicating with other people. There's a difference. If I'm broadcasting, I'm not communicating with other people. There's no two-way conversation going on. I'm making a one-way transmission, which you can't do here. Oh, well, yeah, if you want to get that technical about it. I said, that's exactly it.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Amen.
probably get him to do like an infomercial that we could refer people to.
Hey, look at your waterfall, guys. There's quite the show going on.
Yeah, the graphics sub-channel is quite active tonight. That's the amateur radio Mona Lisa. What is that?
iPad.
Hey, Dennis.
Hello, radio.
How you doing?
I am hanging in there for a Wednesday evening, KB6GFD.
Yeah, I just did payroll.
Oh, man.
Makes me miserable.
Not even the end of the month.
No, did weekly payroll, bro.
Oh, okay.
Every week?
Thousands of dollars.
I'm looking a little light this week.
Thousands of dollars.
Should be every other week, Randy.
No, I'm really pissed off. You think I was angry at RRVs bringing up the audio constantly over and over and over? Does it sound great? Doesn't it sound great? Over and over. I'm even more pissed now.
Well, what about my knife switch?
Oh, your knife switch.
You know, Randy,
I have a nice one that's porcelain, and it's really nice. I used to open up my wire feed with my Johnson Desk kilowatt when I was running balanced line, and I should send you that.
Yeah, can I borrow your knife switch? Mine's worn out.
Oh, I bet it is. You know,
it sounds to me like you might need mediation.
Granger's here. We have a Granger here. They have incredible foot switches for big machines.
Advocate for the party of the claimant, and because I would have a vested interest in the award, obviously, so I can't do that.
No, I'm just saying it's too bad that you don't get it.
Leaving $600,000 left over. Of that $600,000, the claimant still got to pay back all their medical bills and everything that the insurance company paid that may have a lien on the case. So $1 million settlement might really mean about maybe about $350 to $4 as a result of the net recovery.
Yeah,
the lawyer charged them 40%.
Oh, yeah, there's some hot shots up there that specialize in traumatic brain injury. They know more than the doctors, and they'll charge up to 45 or maybe 50%, depending upon how much money they put into the case. Some of these lawyers that I know, good buddies of mine, when they get these cases rounded up for trial, they'll blow $2,000 in costs out of their personal pocket to finance the. Yep, expert witnesses and the doctors that you got to get. Extraordinarily expensive. It's not unusual to have a case of that nature where they're spending almost $1 million in costs.
Oh my gosh. Now tell me, is it hard to find a doc that's going to confess against another doc?
Oh, no, it's not hard at all. You pay them enough, they'll say anything.
Oh, really? Do they get
sir.
blackballed at the hospital?
Well, those are, in medical malpractice cases, you got to find a doctor that's going to testify against the perpetrator.
Well, does that hurt his career?
It could. It possibly could. Certainly his reputation. That's public knowledge.
That he want to get, it's like a cop, being bad on another cop. But I guess if he's wrong, he's wrong.
That's how it should be.
Doctors are no different than anybody else. There's good ones, there's bad ones, there's negligent ones, there's people that make mistakes. Unfortunately, mistakes can cost people their lives when you're in the medical field.
That's true. John could always get another access point. Brian could always get another knife switch. And I could always get another TV.
I have a question for you, Randy.
Yes, sir.
When I'm in mediation in front of the FCC, and I'm testifying or whatever it is that you do, that I was 4K wide, are you going to come in on the other side and say that I was 5K?
No, I'm going to say that running pure signal is less obtrusive at 5K than somebody at 3K running, overdriving a station and having regrowth out to 6, 7K on either side. There's no comparison.
Well, that's only because the extra 200 watts he's getting is all IMD.
I would never testify against you.
Well, it depends how much money was up there.
So thanks again. Fees and everything. It just helps pay my salaries. It's beginning to fade away. I feel a little better now.
Till next week, over.
Well, but the boys earn. They're all earners. I'm not giving away all of it. But to have good people, you got to pay them.
Here.
Look, I have John in salary, Brian in small salary.
Got Scott on retainer.
They're good people.
And Randy's using my bank account.
He just goes crazy with that Costco card, doesn't he?
I was a little suspicious when the company credit card showed up and it had Jeff's name on it.
See, red flag.
Hey, you know what the coolest charge card I ever saw?
Apple Card?
American Express. We were doing a job and somebody broke out the United States government.
Pretty cool. My Apple Card is all white and it's made out of titanium.
No, seriously?
Swear to God, you drop it on the table at dinner and it goes clink.
Wow, I didn't realize you were so wealthy.
Oh, you don't have to be rich for that one.
Oh.
John makes serious bucks, Randy. Don't let him kid you.
I know, he does very well, and I hope you take care of him when he helps you. Candy or cold chocolate.
You know what else is metal? A crypto card.
It's a titanium card? That's expensive.
Yeah, it's laser engraved titanium. Can you believe that?
That's amazing.
I'll send you a picture.
On credit.
What about it?
What's its limit?
Like 38 grand.
Gotcha. You know what? I got a card for my guys. You know how hard it was? It's got a $3,900 limit in case they lose them. I lost mine 8 times. I swear to God. I lost my card. I'm on number 9. But I have a $3,800 limit on each one. You know how hard that was to get it that low?
Oh, yeah.
I had to beg. And I had to tell them, boys, you can't give a big one because the boys lose them. They use them in the field, fall out of their pocket.
All right, get this. At my business bank, I use a bank called Relay. if you need another card, you just log in on the thing, and you can cancel old one, you can lock it, you can request a new one. It like shows up the next day. It's great.
Wow. Well, I have that functionality, but it takes more than a day to get one. Now, they will expedite it for a few dollars.
I got a suggestion, Randy. Just use my name, and you'll probably get like a $1,700 limit.
I don't want to ruin your credit.
New tires for the Buick.
That's funny. But yeah, it's very hard to get a low-limit card. It's so hard.
Well, boys, I'm going to take off here. I'm going to delegate the MC responsibilities for the legal net to, let's see here. I think I'll delegate it to Craig down in San Diego if he's still there. He came up with a very lucid argument around the FCC a few minutes ago. So anyway, have a good night, guys. We'll chat later. N6RV wishing you all a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, Craig. Or bye, Scotty.
Bye, Scotty. You sound good.
73 Scott W6JCZ.
What a nice guy.
He's radio free.
He
well,
is
look at that
going
white
to
signal down there by,
change everything.
On the band, like 70, 71, 65. Do you guys see that?
What's that?
You mean 70? What, the Filipino guys?
Yeah. Do you see how wide that is? That's like a 8 or 9 kc wide signal.
Yeah, so that's a radio that has poor sideband suppression. You can actually go down there and listen to them on upper sideband.
Is it just being overdriven?
I have no idea.
Or did he hit the DSB button on his Letus?
Oh, he might be running that 850 that was going by last night.
No, forgot about that guy.
I'm going into SWL mode, you guys. KC2GND.
Hey, Senator Brian, have a good evening.
Are you clip leading to the lamp or the window screen? The other.
Hey, Dennis, do you see that signal on your waterfall there, down there, lower in the band?
Yeah, I'm using an external waterfall on the SDR. Yes, I do see that.
7170 something.
7172.
Yeah, and he has a very strong low end. I think he's on an ANAN.
Not that guy.
He's got very broad bandwidth.
A6DDR.
No, I think it's a true SDX maybe into an amplifier.
Oh, you mean one of the radios like you bought?
No, the small one, the like really tiny thing.
Oh, did you get that new radio that you ordered, that real fancy one?
I didn't order that one.
Okay. You came on the air with that other one the other day. Have you worked on the audio or not yet?
A little bit, but it's still not where I want it.
Can I hear it, or is it being charged?
No, it's being charged.
Okay, no worries.
What's funny about that radio is he put his fingers on his nose and he actually sounded better.
Yep.
So you're going to take that?
Yep, it's true.
It has the great little click at the end, too. K5 feels.
Yeah, that click is definitely the signature for John on his radio.
The thing is, there wasn't anything wrong with the radio. We all mimicked his radio by chopping off 300 hertz of audio.
You making fun of my audio?
A negative, sir.
Thank you. You got to admit, guys, I make 3KC sound good. I don't care what Brian says.
I mean, it's 3KC that sounds like 3KC.
Yeah, it sounds good. I mean, you wouldn't know how wide I am unless you looked at your spectrum.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Oh, come on, give it a little bit, will you?
All right.
Yeah, Randy, I can tell by ear. I don't have to look at no fancy spectrum.
Look at that. This Apple card.
Louder.
Randy, listen to this.
I can tell by ear. I don't have to look at some fancy spectrum scope.
Are you on your 950 Voodoo?
No, I'm on my 890. I don't have 950.
Gotcha.
This all white titanium card has no numbers on it. My name is laser engraved on it, and it says Goldman Sachs and MasterCard on it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Do you have a special polish for it?
A number on it. That's crazy.
Has it got a strip so you could scan it?
It does have a strip. I sent you a picture.
I would love to see it.
It's a very interesting card, let's put it that way.
It always confuses
Never heard of it.
the novice salesman when they don't see a number on the card and they ask the guy what's the last 4 on it.
Yeah, that's when I say it's none of your business.
So that's when either I or our manager tells them the last 4 always print out on the receipt paper. You don't ask them the last 4, you read it off the receipt.
Yeah, but that's the magic of Apple Pay, is that the card number that the retailer gets is a one-time token.
That's why I use Apple Pay whenever I can.
John, where'd you send it? I got it in my...
Yeah, so those are the 3 metal cards. 1 is titanium, and 2 are stainless.
John, do you have a crypto card?
If you're talking about a Trezor, no, I don't. I prefer to keep crypto in a cold wallet.
Very nice. I'm not sure if they're still running these ads, but there used to be this pre-roll ad on YouTube about a Crypto.com card, and it's a metal card. And I always jokingly say, imagine waiting in line at the grocery store and you're hurrying up for the person in front of you to complete their transaction because you don't know whether you'll have enough Bitcoin in your crypto card to pay for your groceries by the time you get to the teller.
Imagine paying for groceries in Bitcoin.
It's very nice, John. I have a Capital One and a Discover, but they are like that. My Discover is black, and my Capital One is the one with the $3,900 limit, which I just love.
Yeah, I mean, these are all like, I kind of got them all for specific purposes. Like the Venture card, is good when you travel. It's got rental car insurance and late bag insurance and all this extra crap.
Yeah. Oh, what'd you say, Dad?
I said, Randy, come on. You know that both you and I have a JCPenney card, and it was used to buy a flannel shirt and some kids when we went back to school.
Oh, my God. I did have some cards from what do you call it again? From places that sold stuff. Gosh darn it. You know what? I had one, from the department store. Way before these guys knew that stuff was like that, brother.
You were using layaway.
Oh, my God. I'm trying to think of which ones I had back east.
Just had to send you an annoying video of the card being dropped on the table.
You're using your bullet
Well, I used to have a Sears card and a...
Well, I still have a Sears card, believe it or not. But I had cards that were specifically made for department stores.
They carried their own credit.
That's right. Oh, I can't think of the names of them. Oh, my gosh. They were famous ones, too. Macy's. I had a Macy's card.
Of your Mervyn's card and your Montgomery Ward's card?
Well, I don't know if I had a Montgomery Ward. I might have.
You just say Mervyn's?
A Mervyn's and Montgomery Ward?
Mervyn. I had a Mervyn card. Oh, my God.
Don't forget J.C. Whitney.
God, John, that sounds like a metal plate.
Yeah, isn't that a trip?
That is a trip.
God, it's really bad when you're at the restaurant trying to pay for dinner and you accidentally drop it down.
I love it.
When I'm at the restaurant and I pay, I always walk up to the front and I use my Apple Pay. I never leave my card on the table because I had my first card stolen that way.
Man, I live in Oakland. There's like skimmers everywhere. So that's what makes, not to blab on and on and on, I guess this is the financial talk. That's one of the things that makes Apple Card really unique, is that you can actually basically change a card number on demand. So I don't really worry about it getting stolen, but I try not to pay with it anyways.
Do you have skimmers on like the fuel pump at a gas station?
Subscriptions and billing and everything that your card was under. That's the real nightmare. Them stealing your card is just one quick phone call to the bank away.
Yeah. So two things. Yes, there's like always skimmers being found on the gas station or 7-Eleven or who freaking knows, man. And then Jim, you actually get multiple card numbers, right? So there's like the virtual card number that you use to set up all your subscriptions, and that doesn't change unless you want it to change. And then there's like the physical number that you can rotate. You can rotate the CVV. It's smart.
Yeah, I'm not aware if Chase actually gives you virtual cards that you can use per subscription service. I'd love it if they did, but all my subscription services are tied to my real card number, and I pay with Apple Pay when I'm out and about whenever possible. And I actually tend to avoid places that don't take Apple Pay.
Privacy.com. Generate as many virtual card numbers as you want.
Roger. I'll take a look at that.
All right, I have to go away. I'm going to celebrate. I just got a email from Experian, and it says I'm 575. Woohoo!
Oh, is that your interest?
And you know that you had $575 left in your bank account.
It's GF demented.
See you later.
Whiskey 6 to it, Charlie Zulu.
Also on Apple Card, they gave me 5% back on all restaurants for the next month, which I thought was pretty cool. And it's like straight cash. I'm a terrible credit card customer. I just earn points. I never pay interest.
That's the way it ought to be.
Same here.
Your gain is their loss. Their loss is your gain.
Yeah. I have noticed though, since the economy started taking a turn for the worse, it's gotten a lot harder to get credit limit increases and new cards with good welcome offers and stuff.
Did you see? I was looking at some of the new interest rates on a new card of like 30 and 33%.
Holy mackerel.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's crazy. I was looking at it just the other day because I call all the time to see if they could lower some of my interest rates on the cards we use for business. And they say, no, once in a while they'll pull a month or two of interest off of my bill, which is wonderful. But it is amazing. I have a card from the BMO Harris Bank, and I opened up a new account for something, and they gave it to me. It has a $12,000 limit, and it had a wonderful cash back. If you spend $3,000 in the first 2 months or 3 months, they gave you $200, and they pay back pretty good. So I've been paying it and all that stuff, and I carry a balance just to pay it down and stuff, and they're not charging me interest. So I looked at it and said, what am I doing with this card that doesn't make them charge me interest? So I called the bank, and the lady laughed. So Randy, it's 18-month interest-free card. I said,
Yeah, that's great.
Every month. I was paying a lot, but not down, because you would make more money. You would get more cash back. And I thought something was wrong because I never got charged interest. Same.
That's the way to do it.
I didn't realize it was an interest-free card. when I was doing a new account or something. We were doing, I know what it was, brother. I was setting up an account to pay PayPal and Venmo, and I set up a separate account. So in case it got hacked, there was never a lot of money in there, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
So upon setting up that account, she says, Randy, you qualify for this charge card. It's a $12,000 line of credit, and has a wonderful interest rate or something, and you can make a few $100s if you charge. I said, okay. So I got the card, and I used it, and I didn't realize there was no interest for 18 months. So that's, you have to be careful, though.
Yeah, well, I'm fortunate enough to never carry a balance, so I don't even worry about it, man.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, auto pay the day before it's due, just set and forget.
There was one time that I forgot to make the payment, and that screwed it up for me for like 3 months, right? Because like even when you pay your bill in full, like I realized like a day or two late that I forgot. And I paid it in full when I remembered, and then they charged me interest on the entire next like 2 months worth of purchases, even though I paid the bill in full 3 times. That's how long it took to reset back to no interest.
God, they didn't raise your rates.
Well, that's because I called them up and I asked for a forgiveness. I'm like, look, I've been your customer for X number of years, like a really long time, and I literally have a perfect history.
And what'd they do?
Well, yeah, they accepted it.
Because I'm very careful about that now. I always make myself notes and everything. And they have the right to raise your rate. You realize that if you're late, they could raise your rate forever.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to be real careful.
But yeah, I basically called them up and I'm like, would you mind not reporting this as late, and not raise my rates? And yeah, they have the power to do that.
Well, it all depends on who you talk to, and if they can't do it, you ask for a supervisor. But you know what's wonderful? They love when they don't have to chase a customer. They love when you guys call in.
Yeah.
And then you thank them for lending you the money. I mean, I'm not mad at my bank or mad at the charge card companies because, they lend me money.
I mean, I'm upset that they charge people so much interest, but what am I going to do,
Yeah, that's how they pay their salaries and earn the money and have all the yachts.
Yep.
But you can't get mad at them for lending you money. I mean, I think it's wonderful that they lent me, a stranger, money.
Borrowing.
I'm sorry, we doubled.
Times redeem cash back points. Know that it's made possible by all the people that don't pay their credit card on time.
That fellow's in the noise.
What I was saying. According to the banks, John's not a good customer because he never floats any balance. He doesn't pay for the card with the interest.
Yeah, but all the purchases I do, they make money on that because they're double dipping. Because they charge retailers, 3.5% or whatever.
Oh, sure, but they can't buy a yacht if you don't pay them their ridiculous interest.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I have a great story for you guys. You ready?
All right.
Go ahead.
Not floating a balance. Why do they have an auto pay option? Why do they encourage you to enable auto pay?
Life's mysteries. What was the story, Randy?
Well, I was waiting for the 890 guy. The 890 guy, you got any horsepower behind that radio or just the radio?
I'm running 60 does. I just have to get close to the mic.
Yeah, that's like night and day.
Every now and then I like to lean back and talk far from the mic, but yeah, if I lean up close to it, I can get around 650 on voice speeds. But I was saying, if credit card companies don't like you not carrying an interest, then why do they encourage you to enable auto pay, and why do they even have the auto pay option?
Well, the auto pay just pays the minimum. Well, you could.
You can select. I can select say pay minimum. I can select the custom amount, or I can check off statement balance in full. any number of days before the due date.
Absolutely, but they would rather have folks who pay than have to worry about the ones that don't.
Yeah, go. No, I'm here. Go. Yeah, I just moved to my phone. This is the flex on the cell phone. I just had to get up for a minute. Yeah, I'm listening though. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let me check. 1111. No, the amp was not keying. There we go. That is the best. My favorite is to tell them that I'm going to finance, and then when we get to it, I'm like, oh, actually, I'm pre-approved, through my credit union, or yada, yada, yada. Please. Hey, if you want to beat this deal, I'll go with you. Otherwise, I've already arranged the financing. Because they're crooks. Yeah, I'm human. Sue me. Oh, that's a good one. But seriously, anyone listening, if you go buy a car, get pre-approved through your bank or your credit union first, and don't tell them that when you go to buy. No, not really, not anymore. Bro, the bank rate is like 6.5%. Holy mackerel. KN62F. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't take my own advice really, but when you go into business, like, don't use your own money. That's what I said. That's what it sounded like. Yeah, and that's just one thing to consider. I mean, you know, realistically, by the time I'm ready to retire, Social Security is going to be gone, man. Well, I don't know. If something doesn't change, like, the trust funds will be out of money in the next, like, 15 years. Yeah, I'm on the flex. So I could walk around. No, I'm using the phone. You know, it connects to the radio over Wi-Fi, so I can just get up and walk around. Yeah, tell me. Third time's a charm. I mean, it might have been a curve line to get there, but you got there. I'm getting a phone call, man. Let me say 7-3 for now.